Nimrod, one of the most cruel and ruthless rulers in human history. The first imperialist ruler in history. The cruel king who ordered the slaughter of tens of thousands of babies without blinking. The narcissistic ruler who defied Allah by accepting himself as a god and ordering his people to worship him. And the exemplary figure whose life was taken by a blind fly by the Allah he defied. It is claimed that the name Nimrod mentioned in the Jewish holy texts is derived from the Hebrew word marat and means, "we will rebel." Although the name of Nimrod is not directly mentioned in the Quran, it is accepted by Islamic scholars that the person mentioned in the Surah Al-Baqarah, who got spoiled because Allah gave him property and rule, and argued with Abraham prophet, was Nimrod. Nimrod, whose real name was Naram-Sin, is known as one of the cruelest and bloodiest rulers of Babylon and the earth. Scholars say that he was Haz. When he was born during the time of Abraham, he was in alliance. Nimrod was one of the cruel rulers who declared themselves as gods, and after establishing the city of Babylon, he began to oppress his people. According to sources, Nimrod was the grandson of Ham, one of the sons of Noah, and the son of Cus. It is accepted that the descendants of Ham were the most harsh and aggressive people in the early periods of history, and that they tried to dominate the fate of humanity by establishing kingdoms. It is thought that this lineage was influential in the formation of civilizations such as Egypt, Libya, Arabia, and India. It is said that Nimrod built Nineveh and Calah, as well as Babylon. The beginning of his kingdom is shown as the cities of Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calde, in the land of Shinar. Nimrod is a dark but powerful figure in history, and is accepted as one of the world's first and greatest imperialists. Nimrod organized expeditions to the southern regions of Mesopotamia, and according to the information in the tablets, destroyed 17 kingdoms there. The sources emphasize that he was a bad ruler who threw Prophet Abraham into fire and encouraged people to rebel against Allah. According to Jewish traditions, Nimrod is remembered as a cunning astrologer, idolater, city builder, and a ruler who massacred innocent babies. He is also a figure believed to be able to control wild animals. Nimrod's wife Semiramis, who was seen as a god by his people, was also among those worshipped as a divine being. Nimrod, who ruled over a wide geography, declared himself a god due to his arrogance, pride, debauchery, and ignorance, and dragged his people into polytheism by building an idolatry. Nimrod's society worshipped idols. They believed that these idols ate, drank, spoke, and could provide sustenance and healing to people. They accepted idols as creators and killers and asked for forgiveness from them. There was no belief in the afterlife in this society. They considered celestial bodies superior to idols and accepted the sun as the most sacred being. The people both acquired many idols and built large temples to glorify the idols. Temples were also used as places where public affairs such as the judiciary were conducted. Those who did not comply with traditions or deviated from beliefs were subjected to severe punishments such as stoning, excommunication, exile, or being thrown into fire. This situation shows that the society did not take anything other than its own beliefs seriously and created a structure that excluded different ideas. When the Mesopotamian civilizations of 4,000 years ago are examined, it is seen that these societies reached an advanced level of civilization and that the Sumerians influenced other societies by using writing. The cruel ruler Nimrod saw in his dream one night that the brightness of a newly born star overpowered the moon and the sun. The prophets interpreted this dream and said that a male child born in the country would change the religion of the people and dethrone Nimrod. Influenced by these interpretations, Nimrod ordered the killing of all newborn male children in the country. He also tried to prevent births by prohibiting all men in the city from getting together with their women. However, he exempted Azar, whom he trusted, from this prohibition. When Azar's wife became pregnant, he hid her in a cave, and there Hazrat Ibrahim was born. Hazrat Ibrahim was born in a cave illuminated by an extraordinary light. Hazrat Ibrahim was born in the region between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, east of Babylon. Described as a person of medium height with hazel eyes, Hazrat Ibrahim's birth increased Nimrod's fears and caused him to tighten his oppression even more. Hazrat Ibrahim was sent as a prophet to the Chaldean nation. However, the ruler of this tribe, Nimrod, became arrogant as he gained great victories and expanded his lands and eventually demanded that people bow down to him. Nimrod and his people refused to believe in Prophet Abraham, who informed them of Allah's commands and prohibitions. The Chaldean tribe would gather for a day every year and celebrate a festival. When his father, Azar, suggested that Prophet Abraham join this festival, Prophet Abraham said he excused himself by saying that he was robbed. He then went to the idol house and broke all the idols there and hung the axe on the neck of the biggest idol. The people returning from the feast were greatly astonished by the scene in the idol house and questioned who could have done this. Finally, they thought that Hazrat Ibrahim had done it and asked him why he had done it. He said, "The big idol might have been angry with the others because he did not want anyone else to be worshipped. If you wish, ask him," and made the people think. However, the people who accepted that idols could not speak realized the contradiction of their own beliefs. This incident was reported to Nimrod. Nimrod summoned Hazrat Ibrahim to his presence and tried to turn him back from his belief. However, when Hazrat Ibrahim said, "My Lord is the one who gives life and causes death," Nimrod claimed that he could do the same thing. Thereupon Hazrat Ibrahim said, "Allah makes the sun rise from the east, so you also make it rise from the west." He silenced Nimrod. In response, Nimrod did not know what to say and went crazy. Nimrod ordered a large fire to be prepared and Hazrat Ibrahim to be thrown into this fire. Wood was collected from the people for a month to prepare the fire, and a huge fire was lit. The flames were rising meters high. Hazrat Ibrahim was about to be thrown into the fire with his hands tied. As he was about to be thrown into the fire, he prayed, "Allah is sufficient for us. He is such an excellent guardian." When Gabriel came and offered help to Hazrat Ibrahim, he said, "I have a request but not from you," and turned only to Allah. Thereupon Allah said, "O fire, be cool and safe for Hazrat Ibrahim." The fire turned into a rose garden for Hazrat Ibrahim. Thus, Hazrat Ibrahim was saved from the fire. Allah ordered Hazrat Ibrahim to leave Mesopotamia, that is, the land of Nimrod. because he would send great disasters to the land of Nimrod. These disasters would both lead to the death of Nimrod in an unknown way and would soon put an end to the Akkadian Empire. One day Nimrod said, "Where is this God of Abraham? If he comes before me, I will destroy him. I am the ruler of the earth, but he says he is the ruler of the skies." Thereupon he made a plan and rose to the sky with a chest carried by 4 eagles. When he thought he was high enough, he shot an arrow into the sky. When the arrow returned, he saw a bloodstain on it and thought he had hit Allah. Then he challenged Hazrat Ibrahim and said, "Call your Allah so that I may fight him with my armies." But something unexpected happened. A mosquito army attacked Nimrod and his soldiers. The flies ate the flesh of the people and exposed their bones. He could not see. Nimrod was seized with great fear and fled to his palace and locked the doors. However, his greatest enemy entered through a small hole in the door. A lame fly. This fly entered through Nimrod's nose and reached his brain. It started moving inside and caused great pain. Nimrod tried to kill the fly by hitting its head against the walls. As a last resort, he hired beaters and said, "I will give more money to whoever hits my head harder." This rule, which lasted exactly 400 years, finally ended when a beater hit him too hard. Nimrod's brain was shattered and thus he died. The Quran describes this event as follows: "They wanted to set a trap for him, but we caused them even greater disappointment." Thus Nimrod and his people, who were driven mad with power and arrogance in the world, were destroyed by tiny flies and remained as an example to humanity. Nimrod was one of the 4 great rulers who were granted power and authority. However, he also declared himself a god in the intoxication of the power granted to him. He oppressed his people throughout his reign. He challenged God, and his end has reached us as a cautionary tale. If you like and are curious about such videos, subscribe to our channel, like them, and turn on notifications.